Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we're continuing our Let's Play of the Ezio Trilogy, and we're continuing off straight from last time, in which we have completed the main story of Ezio, but now we have to complete the main story of Desmond in AC Brotherhood. And after that, we'll move on to the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC, which explains basically what happens between the Battle of Rome and basically between the gap between the Battle of Rome and where when we fight Cesare for the last time for Ezio's story. But obviously, Desmond's story at that point is no longer continuing, at least for the game, until we reach Revelations, which we will soon be doing so. But right now, we have to figure out what the password is for the vault in the Colosseum and such. And yeah, first I'm going to try to talk to these people if I can. Looks like I can't talk to any of them. And obviously I can't mess with that. So we're going to immediately go up and go to where the password is. Because we know, if anyone may remember, someone left a password up at the top of the stairs. Wherever the fuck it is. There it is.
Hey, maybe it has something to do with this.
Symbol matches the one on the door to the vault.
1419, 1420, 1421. What if they aren't dates?
1419, 1420. Oh my god.
What?
God!
Tell us already!
I am! The Tetragrammaton, the 72 names of God. You see? They're all contained within 3 verses, Exodus 19 through 21. And get this, you'll like this, if you arrange the 4 Hebrew letters in God's name within an equilateral triangle, their numerical values add up to the same number. 72.
Are you absolutely sure about this?
That's kind of why I'm saying it out loud, Rebecca, yeah, but I haven't got to the kicker yet. Construction on the Colosseum began in the year 72.
I think we have our password.
Sean, go get the van.
I love that. I love that little dialogue. Time to go to the Colosseum. Jesus, Desmond, your eyes are strangely, like, completely blue.
Deja vu.
I bet.
Let's go.
Whoa, what about us, eh? You might actually need a historian down there.
Sean's right. That tunnel should lead under Capitoline Hill. I'll help them find another entrance. Be careful, Desmond.
I'll drive.
Ah, yeah, nice try. I've seen your car.
Man, I miss the modern day storyline when it made sense for the most part.
Lucy, I'm making my way toward the entrance.
Okay, good.
If you see any gladiators, my advice would be leg it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, I think we're supposed to jump down. No, I think this.
I can't believe I'm actually gonna hold the apple.
It's been a long time coming. You've earned it.
I wonder if it'll change things. Whether it can tip the scales in our favor.
I'm sure it will. It has to.
Ah, yes, us kicking the fucking Romulus followers' asses.
What do you think we'll find?
Hopefully a map to the temples.
The apple's just gonna give it to us, is it? Yeah? Or was that Elvis over there?
Hey, maybe this time we'll be lucky.
think we're supposed to climb up and go around this. Yep.
There's so much construction. This place is like a maze.
The hypergene housed the cages of the gladiators and the machines which raised them to the surface. The whole area you're in right now was originally covered by the arena.
Good to know.
Something's bothering me. Today's date is October 10th.
So?
Guess how many days there are until the Templar satellite launch?
I have a feeling I know the answer. 72.
Why is today so important? We're just picking up the apple and leaving.
It's the door code. Someone wants to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, I guess.
And pow.
Okay, I'm back on familiar ground.
Oh shit.
We commit to this space the epilogue of our ending. Let it be found by he who is deemed worthy. Let it guide him. Let it shape his path forward. Let it save the world we leave behind.
Who are you?
What's going on, Desmond?
Nothing.
Nothing at all, I'm just tripping balls, that's it. Just going a little mad, it's okay. Nah.
In the beginning, we set our truths to parchment, to stone, to the memory of men. These proved impermanent things, cleansed by fire, cleansed by famine, cleansed by flood. All the world is innocent once more, innocent and ignorant.
Okay. Press the button. Oh, is there a second one? There is. It's on the opposite side.
We've traced your position. I think I found an entrance.
Okay.
Well, okay then. Where the fuck are we?
I'm coming.
Took you long enough.
What is this place?
Santa Maria Aracoeli. See those columns along the aisles? They're lifted from Roman ruins. Now, supposedly, this church was built on top of the ancient temple of Juno.
I like the ceiling.
Do you? You like the ceiling? Oh, you are a fascinating traveling companion.
I see that fucking
Where to now?
thing.
There's something up there.
Oh, we'll just stay down here then, shall we? Just pray or something.
Wait. Here we go, some more parkour. Where we cannot fuck up, because there is no
We fulfilled
restart.
them to be wise, and now they are our final vaulted hope. You are they. You possess the potential for understanding, but you broke our tools, or turned them against one another. We have destroyed what we could, sealed away what we could not.
Something's open.
Good, a way I can get back up if I
Not
fall.
all, and it does not take many to unwind the world. Here is a safe place, eternal, to store objects, words, wisdom, but not life. Almost did we have the means. But time erodes us. We can distract him, we can see past him, feint left when he strikes right. But his reach is so very long, his stamina unending.
Here
We
goes.
cannot evade his grasp, not forever.
Hello. That wasn't in the blueprints.
Desmond, get down here!
On my way.
Whatever this is, it doesn't do anything. It's a dead end.
I'm not so sure.
What's going on?
If you want to kill us, mate, you're going to have to try a little harder than that.
We're here.
Now for that password. If Sean's right, that is.
I'm always right.
About that dead end.
That never happened. I was misquoted.
Is it that one or this one? I think it's this one. Nope, it's the other one. I don't know why I went down there.
Do you think it speaks English?
Just say it.
Okay. 72.
After you, I think.
You guys have to see this.
This is amazing.
Wow.
The apple seems to be in the center.
Time to find out where those temples are.
Hey, Desmond, those beams poking out the wall look like switches. If you hit all of them, you might get some power to the central platform.
Or you might cause this room to turn into an alien spaceship and fly away.
100
Think
years I
about
might
it.
speak and still you would not know us. You with 5 senses, us with 6. The one we kept from you, to be safe. Now you can never know, only try. Grasp. You can see, smell, taste, touch, hear. Knowledge has been locked away. After, when the world became undone, we tried to pass it through. Tried to join you to us. You see the illusion. You hear the words, but you do not know. We should have left you as you were. It is hard to stay contained. Knowing as we do. We wait for you, Desmond. You will come here. You will activate. You will know only when it is too late.
Did you hear any of that?
Any of what?
Very contrived fucking bridge, I gotta say.
We did.
I can't believe it finally.
We've done it.
So where are the temples?
You want me to ask it?
Or think it or something. You sure you asked it the right thing?
I know this, I know that symbol. That's a Phrygian cap. It stands for freedom, and that's a Masonic eye. Now those two come together in only one place.
What's happening? I can't move.
Your DNA communes with the apple. You have activated it.
Let me go!
On the 72nd day before the moment of awakening, you, birthed from our loins and the loins of our enemies, the end and the beginning, who we abhor and honor. The final journey commences. There is one who would accompany you through the gate. She lies not within our sight. The cross darkens the horizon.
What are you doing?
The path must be opened. You cannot escape your part in this. The scales shall be balanced.
Stop! Please!
You know very little. We must guide you.
No, I don't want to do it.
Cease your struggle.
No!
I don't wanna. Stop me. Fuck!
It is done. The way lies all before you. Only she remains to be found. Awaken the 6th. Go, alone!
And with that, Desmond's story for AC Brotherhood comes to a close. And it will be picked up in AC Revelations, which we will soon be going to. we just probably have a few more episodes of Brotherhood, as we have to do the Da Vinci disappearance. And I'll take this moment to just do a little bit of a review. I think I've mentioned it many times throughout, different aspects I liked and little iffies I've had previously. So I'll probably just right now just speak a little bit on it. And it's still a 10 out of 10 game to me. One of the best Assassin's Creeds we've ever had. It's so good. It's more of AC2 but improved. The combat has been improved. The climbing has been improved. The mechanics have been improved, introducing new mechanics.
He's gone into shock. Put him back in the machine. It's the only way to fix this. But the Animus did this to him. Am I the expert or not? Do it. No.
And I believe, yeah, there's some little bit dialogues here and there, but for the characters reacting to what's happening, but and also it gives us an excuse to us go back to the Animus, like inside Brotherhood and shit. But anyway, improved mechanics, introduced new mechanics like the Brotherhood system, which continues to be a thing in Revelations and AC3, which I love, and I wish they brought that back, because it's just a lovely mechanic. It makes it seem like the Brotherhood isn't 5 people. It actually feels like the Brotherhood is massive. That's why I also kind of liked it in AC Unity, even though it wasn't like AI companions that helped you out, where it was mostly the co-op feature. At least it made the Brotherhood seem bigger than it was like in terms of like the characters. Because yeah, we have Ezio, we have Volpe, we have Bartolomeo, we have Machiavelli, his sister, his mother. We have all those characters, and also like the people that work under them, the mercenaries, the thieves, the courtesans. But we always just see them as like, at least the courtesan, all those subgroups, as like people that help the assassins, not actually assassins. Like the actual characters I named, they're assassins obviously, but we only see them help fight with us and stuff in certain missions here and there, while there's a bunch of other missions where we're alone, which makes sense. Assassins are supposed to work either alone or in small teams, but at the same time, with Brotherhood, it brings in a system that shows that the Brotherhood is expanded. It's bigger, it's stronger than ever, and it continues to expand in Revelations and such. It's just a system that makes so much sense for the series, and I wish it just got expanded more and more with like Black Flag, with Unity, with all the other Assassin's Creed games that came out that didn't feature the system really. I like the side objectives that you get in each mission, the full synchronization things. I like them. For the most part, they make sense, as it also builds the point like, oh, in Ezio's life, he did this without getting injured at all. He did this without being spotted or even seen. He killed this many people in this minute. It makes sense. It makes it like, it also gives you the choice to do that. You don't have to do full synchronization, but it gives you that option, which I like, instead of forcing you to do it. Granted, I think there is some caveats, like certain missions, the side full synchronization objective is kind of stupid, or it's hard to pull off. I'll probably mention this again with AC Revelations, with a very specific side mission that I have to this date have still yet to get the full synchronization to, because it's some bullshit that's super hard to pull off, that it just, you have to like look up YouTube tutorials and just hopefully get it properly down. Hopefully I get it down for this series. I'll probably spend like 30 minutes doing that one mission over and over again, both on and off screen, to get it right. But for the most part, full synchronization was pretty great. There was only a few iffy moments in this game, in Revelations, and any of the other games that had full synchronization side objectives, where there was some iffiness, but most of them are great, and it just gives you more diversity in the objective, where you can choose to completely ignore them, or complete some of them where you think it makes sense for that to actually happen and such. And yeah, I love Rome. Rome and Roman history is some of my favorite stuff, and it's different compared to that of AC2, where it's full on Renaissance Italy. Where in this, you kind of feel a mix of Renaissance Italy, a mix of Roman history, of Rome itself, and the papacy, and all that kind of stuff. Like the mix of everything from like AC2 and other kind of historical stuff with Rome itself, because it's a different game. It's Rome isn't Florence or Venice. It has its own feel and its own style, even though it's still in late Renaissance Italy. So, and then we move on to Constantinople in the next game, and that's also a great area to explore. And the map was pretty great. There was a few areas I feel like they could have probably improved upon, even though, granted, they recreated fucking Rome from this time period, which is very hard to do, in my opinion. Or not even just in my opinion, it is hard to do. Like for AC Revelations, for example, Constantinople, there isn't like maps and shit of like Constantinople during the events of AC Revelations, but they were able to recreate historically accurate to that time period and shit. There might be one or two buildings off, but it's basically the same. Same with Rome with this time period, because Rome at one point was a massive city, then it shrinked, then it grew again. Just like just like how cities and nowadays some of them have grown, some of them have shrinked, etc. It's just amazing how they were able to make Rome look so fascinating. And I've always wanted to come back to Rome in an AC game, more specifically in a Roman era time period, because that would make Rome massive. Because I'm pretty sure during the height of the Roman Empire, Rome was one of the biggest cities in its empire, other than like Constantinople later on, or some of the other major cities in the empire. It was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, for a long time. And it would be cool to see that. And obviously we did see like a building or two in Origins, but I really wish they were able to continue Bayek's story, or at least forgot her name, Amet, I think it's Amet, her story, or maybe someone who's related to them, or someone who's mentored by one of them in Rome itself, because the game it was set during Julius Caesar's civil wars and shit. Another major interesting era was Octavian's history for 30 plus years, and you can have a AC protagonist it could be one game or it could be two games where it starts where he's a young assassin or just becoming an assassin, being mentored by Bayek or Ahmed, and as he grows up as an assassin, he basically takes part in what happens with Octavian in Rome. There's so many ideas you can do with AC, with historicalness, not with what they're doing with like Valhalla or Odyssey, but like the more historical style of games, because there's so much intrigue. Genghis Khan, Sengoku Jidai Japan, Octavian's Rome, that Civil War period. There's there's just so much you can do. And yeah, I don't know why I got into that tangent, but regardless, to me, this game will always be my favorite Assassin's Creed game, with AC2 and Revelations being close seconds, and then Black Flag being third/fourth place. And this era of Assassin's Creed was the best, and not to shit on the newer games, it's just not the same to me, at least. But I still enjoy most of them. Valhalla was okay for a while, and then I just got bored of it because it just felt like Odyssey 2.0. Odyssey, I spent way too much time on that game for no reason. I felt like I wasted a bit of my life playing that game. It was fun for a while, but it got quite boring because it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. Origins, I love. The one exception of the modern AC games that I love. Unity was underrated. To me, I never got the bugs, but yeah. But I don't know. I'm just going on a tangent, and it's Brotherhood will be always my favorite game, a 10 out of 10. Of course, it has its problems. Some of those full synchronization objectives are a little bullshit. There are bugs, as you all have seen in some of the previous episodes. And yeah, but it introduces many mechanics. It improves on mechanics. It's a hell of a time. It's one fun-ass game. And even though the game technically, in terms of its story, is shorter, it's just as long, if not slightly longer than AC2 in terms of all the side activities and side elements and DLC that you can play in. There's a lot more that adds. I'm not sure how long AC Revelations might be. I think it's around the same length as Brotherhood, maybe a little less, maybe closer to AC2's length. But at least to me, Brotherhood, from what I can tell, Brotherhood is a longer game, and from an editing perspective, I think we ended AC2 on the chapter 26 episode, and we're at this point, I think, in the mid 50s. I think this episode will be 55 if I am correct at the moment, which I think I am. And then there's also the few, probably like 1 or 2 episodes on the DLC of Da Vinci disappearance, as that I think is like a few hours long, like an hour or two long, technically, depending on how long how good you are at the game and such. But yeah, it's just crazy that we're getting through this DLC, through this series, both this fast and also this slow and also this fun. And I don't know, I'm rambling at this point. I just love this game, and I just love this trilogy of games. I just love Ezio's story and everything, even with the little side nitbits. Like, another thing that may be a little negative, I think I mentioned, is the Apple of Eden. We use it during the final act, basically the final sequence of the game, and it's cool. But I feel like with the mission where we fight, like the Battle of Rome, I feel like we shouldn't have used the apple. Like, maybe, like in the first like I feel like if they remade like the mission, have like a section where we use the apple and kill a bunch of enemies, and then we put it away and said, no, we're gonna fight like a man. We're gonna fight with swords and shit. And you have not just your allies show up, but all the assassins you've recruited, even if they look similar to each other. It still shows like how big you are, how strong you have made the Brotherhood and shit. But yeah, great game. Very much enjoy it. Very much. I hope you all enjoyed it too. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. I'm not gonna end the episode just yet, but we'll see how long this section of the video is, and then see what we'll do. And here we are, back in our hideout with our assassinos just chilling, talking to each other. Got some money in the bank just now. It's crazy that it's been this that we made it this far, or basically almost 2 games done with now, as I'm pretty sure the Da Vinci disappearance is about 2 hours at most of content, or is that could be at that long, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. We have so many master assassinos. Well, technically they're just called assassino. They're not master technically, but still. We've at this point have nearly got technically we do have 100% synchronization now, as DLC doesn't technically count towards it, but we'll soon be doing that, obviously. But it's crazy. It's been so long. It's been a long road so far, and we still got more to do. And I'm here for it. I'm happy about it. It's fun reliving these games, and I really hope y'all have enjoyed watching this series so far, and hoping that I brought this generation of Assassin's Creed to the newer generations or to people who've never played the originals, because the originals are great. They may be dated in specific elements here and there, or completely feel different compared to modern day games, depending on the game, of course. But it's amazing, and I just hope that in the future we get Assassin's Creed returns to its roots and makes games appeal that can appeal to the modern day version of people who play the AC games, but also to the more old school, because I feel like the way they've gone about it has sort of made it difficult for us older school fans of AC to really fully attach themselves to the newer games. Like I've said previously in this episode, I loved Origins. It was a good compared to the other two that came after it. It was a good fresh start. It was obviously a different type of game. It was similar to the other ACs, but it was different in its own way, and it really kind of helped stood out since it was a different time. Even though technically it sort of rewrites the canon of the Assassin's Order, it at least somewhat makes sense, because granted, you could say that what Bayek does is officially establish the Brotherhood, while the previous members that killed Darius, the Persian emperor that was killed by an assassin, you could say he was the first person to create the hidden blade and try to fight for freedom by doing this and stopping wars and shit, or this or another character, this or that. But regardless, it's just I have a feel I hope the next AC game is good, but I don't know, we'll see. I just hope it returns a little bit towards its actual assassin roots and be more story driven while also being fun in its own right. Like, I just hope. I'm hopeful that they may one day make a very good Assassin's Creed game again. And like I said, I'm not dissing the newer ones. They're just not my cup of tea, or just something I don't pertain to like much. But regardless, it's been one hell of a ride so far. What's next? I'm losing my mind trying to speak. What comes next is the Da Vinci disappearance, and then after that, we'll be moving on to Revelations. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end this episode here so that when we go to the Da Vinci disappearance, it's a fresh beginning, sort of, since the tone of this video and sort of that video or that series DLC is a little different, I guess you could say, since we just came off the fact that Desmond just shanked his friend slash potential love interest slash traitor, since she was the traitor of the group. As I think I mentioned previously, in the previous version of these games, if you had the Eagle Vision, you could see she's red as an Easter egg slash hint that she's evil, actually. And in the newer version, it's the trail of footsteps that is then there's like 3 sets of them to like say, ooh, who's actually the traitor. I kind of like that change. It gives a little bit more mystique to it, even though we already know who the traitor is if you played the game before. But yeah, it's just this episode and the last episode are just basically the ending of the main game and such. So, and the DLC sort of is like a sort of fresh beginning slash kind of like how it's said in like the sequence area, a restored sequence. Its own set of time that gives leeway to like having it feel different in tone, at least, since it is different in tone, since it's mostly about finding Da Vinci and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, 10 out of 10 game, solid game. I love playing it. I love playing AC2. I'm going to enjoy playing Revelations. I'm going to enjoy the Da Vinci disappearance. I am going to enjoy, or I already have enjoyed, plenty of this series and this trilogy and all this, if that makes any sense. I hope you all did too. Seriously, I hope that you guys have found this series enjoyable. And yeah, until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.